So, can you hear me? It should be fixed now. It should be fixed by now, hopefully. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I was muted, so I'll start. I'll start all over again. So again, welcome guys, welcome. I'm going to do the preview on my own because Justin's on vacation and Julian didn't show up. He is not confident for the game, so he didn't turn up. No, that's not true. That's not true. Julian was busy at the last minute, so he couldn't make it. He's gonna make tomorrow's post game, so I'm gonna do a quick preview. So hello to everybody in the chat: Andrew, Davide, Anas. So yeah, I'm just going quick over what Allegri said basically, and what I predicted he would say. So he said it basically word for word. I mean, no surprise, because he always does this before big games. Some comments I agree with him. Like, it's still early in the season, but we lost a lot of points early on, and we need to make up for those points. That's the reality. Milan are winning. I mean, they are expected to win, but they're not dropping points. Like, they just keep going. It's like they're on a different pace since the lockdown under Sarri. Like, they picked up steam and they never stopped, to be honest. I know they didn't win the Scudetto or the Coppa Italia or stuff like that, but they are very consistent. They have many injuries and they keep winning, so we need to keep pace with them if you want to win the Scudetto. Again, I'm skeptical about winning the Scudetto. Allegri still believes in it, so let's see. But for me, it's just making the top 4. I said it in the start of the season, one of my first streams, because I wasn't there for the start of the season. But I said like top 4 should be an easy top 4 finish, because I know the problems we have with the squad, and that other teams are a bit further ahead of us at the moment. But tomorrow for me is a must-win game, and I'm not gonna go. If you lose, I'm not gonna go overboard. I will be disappointed, but I can understand why you would. I mean, I don't want to say I can understand why you will lose that game, but compared to the last season, from the first 7 seasons in this cycle, I understand why you could lose that game tomorrow. It's still Inter Juve. I remember when we were bad, in a bad period, we still won against Inter, or we made them sweat for the win. So it's still Inter Juve every time. So it's a big game. Again, I said it, like, Inter Juve form goes out of the window most of the time. It's always hard-fought game, easy, very close. Unless we were playing at home, I would say the first 6-7 seasons where we were clearly the better team, but even those games are becoming close. Excuse me. So Allegri did his press conference, and he said what I expected him to say. Like I said it during the live with Julian. So basically, he said tomorrow's a big game at the San Siro, and he said, I think Inter are still the favorites for the Scudetto, which I agree with. I said it yesterday. They are the defending champions, so they are by default the favorites, in my opinion. I think that's how it works. They still have a great team. Like, they have a good team, they have a good coach, so they are the favorites, and they are playing at home. So he's just putting the pressure on Inter, which, I mean, fair enough. Like, you can do that, but he's not fooling me. The pressure is on us because we are so many points behind. We need to make up for those points. So he can say whatever he wants. I'm not gonna believe it. Like, I know the pressure is on us. If we lose that game tomorrow, I can see what the headlines will be, And just by looking at the table, if you lose tomorrow, you know it's gonna be very hard. Like, you need to. Okay, you won against Roma, you lost against Milan, against Napoli, you lost against, you drew against Milan, a game you should have won. So you need to, in my opinion, you need to win tomorrow. Like, if you win, you make a big statement, and I think maybe rivals are already fearing us because we are looking more stable. But if you beat Inter away, I think more and more teams will take you serious. Like, they will be again scared to face you. That's my opinion. He also said, will tomorrow's match be decisive? He says the Roma game was more decisive in terms of the league table. I don't know. Like, if you don't win if you lose tomorrow, you have done nothing. Like, it remains the same thing. I know what he was trying to say. Like, you get closer to Roma, a bit like closer to the top. But again, tomorrow's Lazio Napoli. One of them will lose points. Like, it's another big opportunity to take that step in the table, which Allegri is always talking about in every press conference. I think tomorrow is very important. Like, you cannot go into that game and say that it's not really decisive. It is, because we have lost stupid points already and we are in 8 games into the season and we dropped too many points against teams we should have won. So for me, it's decisive. Not in terms of if you lose, you're not going to make top 4 or something like that, but just to keep the momentum going and to make a big statement. Like, the big statement so far is the win against Chelsea, but that's in the Champions League, and that's something for me completely different. So it's competition on its own. Chelsea won the Champions League last year, and they just made the top 4 in the Premier League, not by help, and they needed help. What I want to say, they needed help from Tottenham beating Leicester while being down, because they lost their last game. So they could have won the Champions League and not make the top 4, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, I think it's important. It's very important. Like, if you lose tomorrow, I think morale drops a bit. Like, you're in a good moment. It's the biggest game of the season so far for me, because against Chelsea, nobody really expected us to do something. We turned up. It was great. But again, I said it many times before, it's Champions League. It's something on its own. Like, if you would have lost against Chelsea, you would still have made it out of that group. But if you lose tomorrow, and should Napoli win and stuff like that, teams like that pick up points, then you're going backwards, in my opinion. And again, I'm not saying it's gonna be a walkover. Like, I'm sitting here saying you need to beat Inter comfortably, like you should have beaten, like you should beat Salernitana or teams like that. But tomorrow, I think is a big game, a big game. Then he also said tomorrow was important, a fun game to play, but there are many. There's time to make up points. You don't win or lose a championship based on one game. We need continuity and a good performance. I don't agree with it. Like, I know you don't win or lose a championship based on one game, but I would have taken that statement to the bank. Shouldn't we have dropped so many points at the start of the season? So because we have dropped so many points at the start of the season, I think you lose a championship with a win or a loss. Like, it's very important for us at the moment. Like, every win or loss matters. Like, we lost so many points so far. Again, you cannot afford to keep losing points. Now we are picking up points. So we won 4 straight in Serie A. So Spezia, Sampdoria, Torino. I'm forgetting something. But you are picking up points now and even in Champions League. So there is a great momentum, and you need to keep that momentum up. Again, I saw someone asking me yesterday, but I didn't respond to that question. Like, will you feel good if you come away with a point? Now, at this moment in time, no. But then again, if tomorrow you look at the game and we are getting overplayed, like we're not in the game, we should be losing that game, and you pick up a point, then I will say, yeah, it's a point. Like, based on the game, it's a point. But right now, like, I don't know, 20 hours before the game, I'm saying no, a point is not good enough, because you need to win. We lost so many points at the start of the season again against smaller clubs, like, and should, like, if you have won against Udinese, which we should have done, and we should have never lost against Empoli. Like, it's not acceptable in my opinion. It's like losing to Benevento last season. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But you lost. But again, if you had 3 points more and you didn't mess up against Milan at home and even at Napoli away, like, if you had 5 points more now or 6 points more, then I would agree with Allegri. Like, this game is not the end of everything. But in the position we are in, I think it is a bit. So yeah, that's what Allegri said. And then he also said Arthur raises the quality of the team. He's very useful. He has to get back into form. Slowly his playing time will increase, and then he will become a starter. I think we all expected him to become a starter, because the quality of our other midfielders they're not good enough. Like, Ramsey is never playing. McKennie, if he plays, it's bad. Betancourt is hit and miss. Rabiot is hit and miss. So, it's very easy for Arthur to walk in that team, in my opinion. But I agree, he's not fit at the moment. It will be interesting to see how we will play him, because I'm still not sure on what position or who's gonna play with him. But again, going off the first comments of Allegri, even at the start of the season, he seems to be a fan of Arthur, and I think that's good enough. Also, Arthur spoke today and he said Allegri's helping him. He keeps everything very simple. I think Evra said it in the past also, that Allegri keeps everything very simple, not basic, but everything is very simple and clear for the players. They all know what to do, what they need to do. So I think that will help Arthur, who, since he joined, hasn't played that much. Like, he had a lot of injuries. So yeah, guys, 14 people watching, only 2 likes, so get those likes up. Let me see. Sani saying hello, it's media talk, we need to win despite that we are not playing well. Yeah, I agree. We're not playing well in terms of our style of play, but we're playing well in terms of we are very hard to beat at the moment. Like, it's not easy to beat us at the moment, so that gives me confidence for tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a very, not close game, but like, in terms of not many chances, but I think it will be a very close game in terms of it's gonna be very tight. Like, it could go any, like, it could go to Inter, it could go to Juve at any moment in time. I think it's gonna be that type of game tomorrow, because I think Inter have also pressure. Like, they lost last game. They're not, I'm not saying they're doing awful, but they expected to do better at the moment. And again, if they lose, they're tied with Juve. And going off our start of the season, I think nobody would have expected that after match day 8. So there's pressure on Inter. Anna's is saying, if I'm Belgium or Italian, so I'm Belgian. I'm Belgian. I'm born in Belgium. I was born in Belgium, but yeah, I have Italian roots. So, let me see. 3-1. Kevin Camilleri saying 3-1 Juve. I will keep my prediction for later. I don't think it's gonna be 3-1. That will be a very open game. I will be shocked if there will be 4 goals tomorrow in that game. Like, I hope not. I think if it's gonna be an open game, I think we will lose that game if I go into the lineup, I think we will lose that game. If it's gonna be an open game, I don't expect Allegri to make tomorrow's game very open. I don't see Allegri doing that. I said it in the preview. I think he will give the ball to Inter, because at the moment that's our strength, giving the ball to the opponents basically, and just keep it tight and create a few chances and basically win that game based on a few chances, which is it's okay so far. But again, I said it after the game, we need to do more going forward. Anas, I speak Dutch, not French. I can speak French, but the main language I speak is Dutch. So now we will go into the predicted lineup again. Allegri said it's gonna change. Why? Because he always do that. Like he always does that. He acts like he has no idea who's gonna play tomorrow. So yeah, let's see. So again, it's a predicted lineup. I think he will change that. I don't think it's gonna be this lineup. I think there will be some changes. The only thing we are certain of are two players is Chesney, because he's the first choice goalkeeper, and Chiellini, because Romeo just said Chiellini is starting, and I think we all knew Chiellini was starting. Everybody knew that. So the predicted lineup is Chesney, Bonucci, who's never getting a rest, Chiellini, Alexandro, Danilo, Quadrado, Bentancur, who also never gets a rest, Locatelli, Bernardeschi, Morata, and Chiesa. So Keane is at home. He has some muscle issues, so nothing to worry about. But again, like, we never have that full squad. Rabiot is back, but Allegri decided to leave him in Torino to work on his fitness, because he was out for basically, not really out, but he didn't have the full capacity training, so he trained on his own. So Allegri decided to leave him home. I'm a bit surprised about that, because he's this guy, like, so I expected him to start basically. I'm really surprised about that. So Keane is out, Caio is back. So that's basically the typical formation without Dybala at the moment. I think something's gonna change. I don't see Chiesa playing. If Bernardeschi is playing, I think he will play alongside Morata tomorrow. Other than that, I don't know what changes to make. Like, again, everybody knows that I'm not a fan of Bernardeschi. There's someone in the comments. He will know who he is. He always gets mad at us when we talk about Bernardeschi, because he told us he does a lot of off the ball work, defense in the defensive phase, which I'm not gonna lie, that's true. But like, when he's on the ball, and he gets on the ball many times, it's abysmal. Like, let's be real, he's very poor on the ball. His decision making is awful. He keeps it very basic, and even then, most of the time it goes wrong. So I'm not a fan of him, but at the moment, it's what it is, and let's hope he has a good game. Against Zenit, he had a stinker. Like, he got subbed off very early because he was not good. Again, he was not good. And if he does, like, and Crazy Ray is saying, I'm so sick of Bernardeschi playing. I mean, I don't want to see him play, but it is what it is, so you need to support him at the moment. Like, he's playing, and we need to hope he will do well. Will he do well? I don't know. I think he played a good game against Chelsea this season, and there was another game where he was okay in the first half. But other than that, his performances are not good enough. The same goes for Quadrado. So let's keep the balance. The last month and few weeks, Quadrado was not playing great. Like, he dropped off. Not just in terms of assists, just because the assists are great, but just in terms of trying to beat his man, be proactive, and he loses the ball a lot the last few weeks. You can look up the stats. He loses the ball at an, I would say, alarming rate almost. Like, it's a bit worrying. Like, he needs to snap out of that bad form, because we need him. We need Quadrado firing. Like, especially tomorrow, because when you have Bernardeschi on one side who doesn't offer anything going forward, then if you have on the right hand side also Quadrado who struggles to to score, even score goals, or even assist goals, or even beat a man and create some type of danger, then yeah, it's gonna be a long night once again for Chiesa and especially Morata. If you play like this, I fully expect Allegri to basically give the ball to Inter and just to wait and hit them on the break, because I think there will be some space for us on the break. Inter will play the 3-5-2 like they usually do, and if we are quick enough and I would say technically not sloppy, then we can cause Inter some serious problems, especially with Chiesa and even with Morata. But again, I think Allegri will keep it very close. Like, he will give the ball to Inter, just wait, and just wait for those few moments where you can score. Again, we are in a moment where we just need to win, because we're so many points behind. We need to win games and keep winning games. So that's for me the most important things at the moment. Marco saying, were the 2 red cards for Bologna deserved? I've not watched Bologna, not even before going live, so I don't know. Let me see. Crazy Ray saying, I'm confident as long as the Chilio doesn't play. I mean, you need to respect the Chilio a bit. I think under Allegri, he always puts in some decent performance. The last 2 games he was very good. Against Spezia he was shocking. So, but that's the Chilio. So let's see. Let me see. We should play a 4-3-3 with Arthur, Locatelli and Bentancur, Morata, Chiesa and Quadrado up front. Allegri's not doing that. He's especially not doing that against Inter on a short week without basically testing that out properly in training. I would be scared if he plays that, to be honest, because I don't trust the players to play 4-4-3 at the moment. I don't know why, but I don't trust it. And if you're gonna try that against Sassuolo at home, or not even Sassuolo, let's say Salernitana at home, Venezia at home, Spezia at home, but not Inter away. I think that would be crazy in my opinion, to try that out of nowhere. Delio Piero saying, I'm worried that we will never see Arthur and Locatelli play together. Nah, they're gonna play together for sure. I think we will see them against, I would say Sassuolo, but I think Locatelli is gonna rest. Maybe he comes from the bench, but we will see him in the weekend then. But they're gonna play together. Like, Allegri sees Arthur as a starter and Locatelli as his most important midfielder at the moment, so they're gonna start together somehow. Let me see the comments. I don't support Belgium, I support Italy. So Julian and Justin think I support Belgium, but that's not true. Let me see comments. So yeah, let me see. That's it. Okay, I said that. Okay. So yeah, I will give my prediction now. I think we're gonna win 1-0 with a goal from Morata. That's what basically I had in mind the entire week, just even before we played Zenit away. I always had that 1-0 score in mind, so I'm going with 1-0. And that will be great. If we win 1-0, that will be a very good result. Like 1-0 away from home to Inter, picking up the points again 1-0. That would be funny, to be honest, but I think we're just gonna wait the game off, like, and just pick our moments. Yeah, I mean, we need to win that game. I cannot get over it. Like, people were saying it's okay if even Allegri is not decisive. I think it is. It is very important to win that game. If you win, you make a statement. You make a big statement. Like, we are back. Like, we are serious and we are gonna basically compete until the end. If we lose tomorrow, again, if you lose 1-0 in the last minute after dominating a game, that's football. But if you lose that game 2-0 and you never had a sniff or a chance to win that game or even draw that game, then that's very worrying. So that's what I mean with it's a must-win game for me. Guys, 24 people watching, only 8 likes. So get the likes up, that will help us a lot. Let me see. Anna's saying Allegri will not change his formation. No, he's not changing. That's not Allegri. And especially not on a short week going into a big game. Like one of the biggest game. It's the biggest game in Italy. It's the most important game of the season for both clubs. That's true. So he's not changing that. Never. I don't know if Haaland is injured. So yeah. Any questions about the game or something? Del Juve player was saying Inter are extremely dangerous at set pieces and we are not good on set pieces. I think we improved the last few games, but it's still sometimes a bit shaky. I don't know how we defend. It's a zonal or man marking. It's a bit of both sometimes. I think I was watching Sky a week or two back and they were breaking it down, and it is a bit of both, which is very confusing at times if you just focus on us defending corners. But I mean, the last few weeks are better, but still sometimes it looks shaky. I'm not gonna lie. But we need to win tomorrow. Like, if it's 1-0 at the end after playing an absolutely terrible game, I'm okay with that. It's Inter away. I take any win, especially looking at the league table. We should just take any win at the moment. If you go into, so let's say we go into the winter break and we are, I would say, easily in the top 4 and we are, let's say, 7 points behind Napoli, then we have a big chance to win it, in my opinion. But if you go into the winter break and you are struggling again and you are still 10, 11 points behind Napoli and like just making the top 4, then it's going to be a long season, in my opinion. We will fight for the top 4 until the end. So let's see. Our defense will be able to handle that 50-year-old and diver. You mean Seiko? I like Seiko. I said it yesterday. I think he's going to cause us some problems tomorrow. Sunny saying, seems Correa's out. He will not be available for the match. Yeah, I know he won't be available, but still, they're a very good team. Like, even without Correa, in my opinion. So, let me see. So home of you is saying, would you guys take a draw? I wouldn't. At this moment in time, no. Maybe tomorrow, if we are just getting better, like we're not in a game, getting dominated, then yeah, I will take it. I will take a draw. But for now, no chance. Let me see. Let me see if there are no questions anymore. No. Okay. Yeah, Italian Eagle is totally right. We need to win. Like, because if we were in first place and we had a cushion of, I would say, 5 points, then if you lose, I mean, still early, like, but we're 10 points behind top. We cannot afford to lose any more points, in my opinion. Not many. Home of you is saying mine prediction is 1-2, Dybala and Chiesa to score. Let's hope. Meaning that Dybala comes from the bench. I don't think he will come from the bench tomorrow. I think we will not see Dybala until maybe the last 7 minutes, but that's the same as no minutes to me. Yeah, so guys, that's the preview. If there are no other questions, I'm gonna wrap it up because it's a Saturday night over here. We will be back tomorrow with the match reaction and the player ratings. So stay tuned for that. So guys, like the video, subscribe, and you can also become a member and join the Discord group as like Sunny did and like David did, so you can chat with us during the game, during the live chat. You will also get a monthly wallpaper and stuff like that. I will update the tiers also, I would say next week, so more things are coming. So yeah guys, thanks for watching and we will see you tomorrow.